Okay, so once again, good afternoon
Thank you, ma'am.
to all of you and welcome to your class in ATC 129 Post-Harvest Technology. So in continuation with our discussion last time, which is on storage, we're going to talk about transport this time. So before we proceed, do you have any questions regarding last time?
Ganun, ma'am.
Yes. Do you have any question regarding last time about storage?
Yan, ma'am.
Okay, so sorry. So we're going to talk about transport. Yeah. So there are different ways of um, transporting our commodities after storage in the post-harvest or the packing house. So we can have, of course, through field transport or land transport. It's all the two are the same, and sea transport and air transport. If it's overseas or inter islands or from different countries globally. So as you can see here, yung nag-bicycle, no? Kaya na ninyo. So
No, ma'am. Kalistod.
Ma'am.
I think Filipino man ata na. So eto siya is within field transport. Etong field transport. Ito yung nasa cable. Of course, you have seen this in many banana plantation, yung cable transport na ibitay lang ang mga saging, no? And land transport here from the field to the packing house, and of course. So there are, of course, we cannot deny the fact that it's not really TLC, or we are not really that handling gently our commodities during post-harvest operations. So however, we should be always be reminded as an agriculturist the proper transport practices, no, starting with loading and unloading. So always gently, no, handle, not to drop or to throw them away. Then load more fragile commodities near the center of the vehicle. Why? Containers at the bottom should not be used as steps. No? Like ginatungtungan lang sa uban, no? So there are malpractices, especially um, workers who don't know anything about post-harvest operation and the different, it's not even agriculturists or yung kahit ng mga small farmers natin, no? They are, although they know that, but sometimes they don't care. So, sa center ng vehicle, kasi sa center ng vehicle, di masyadong mauyog, no, or kanang stable ang iyahang movement in terms in the transport. So loads should be unitized using pallet or slip sheets. So i-group nimo siya, yung nakita niyo sa video, yung mga pallet, no, and yung mga lifter. So another important proper transport practice in terms of air circulation is always provide space between stacks, and there should be more floor area, and there should be stacking height limit, no, para dili siya instead na to minimize space, but you are risking too much on your commodities na ma-unstable siya. And in terms of stocking, vegetables that can resist top loads like yung mga root crops like potato, sweet potato, and so on can be put in the bottom, no? or semi-rigid containers must be provided with wooden lids and stacked lid to lid and bottom to bottom to prevent compression. So, kung carton lang man, so dapat na po siya rigid wooden lids. And always stack bamboo baskets upright, no? Ipatindog yun siya. And also not only the stocking but also the temperature. Avoid stocking to heated area near the engine. So if you notice, of course, when you go when you ride a vehicle, it's always heat it's always hotter in the near the engine. And minimize heat build up through space. So i-kunin mo siya, ang spacing niya is lagi medyo, and even no yung white roof is favorable, and you know why is white color is important in temperature management. Any one of you? Ano naman day ang white color, white roof or white shirt or anything. Even if I just have heard come across with in sa aeroplano. So most of our airplanes are colored white, right? Tama ba?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, and why is it? What is in white color that will manage temperature, even weight? Balo mo?
Wala.
So anyway, if you wear a white t-shirt, no, it feels fresh, and it especially during hot weather condition kung mainit masyado. So although silaw ka siya tan-awon because it will reflect the light back, but then fresh siya, no, mas dili siya igang kumpara sa itom, because black colored or any colored material will absorb heat, no. So white, it will just reflect back. And also in terms of weight, therefore in relationship to temperature, mas lighter ang white because of the color. And travel night or day can be done. Of course, for traveling night, the temperature is lower compared to day, but if you're traveling day with a lower temperature, so it will not heat up a lot. And leaving one door of the van open will also release the heat. Lining hog vans and steel banana crates with banana leaf sheets, kaya yan tinatabunan ng mga leaf sheets to cushion sides and also put dividers, no? And using ventilated vans can black ice, yung mga bloke ng ice can also be used inside the cargo, and you can also meron din evaporative cooling inside the van and ice in the pack, no? So in terms of handling, always immobilize stocks using stretch films, for instance. So i-impake yun mo siya, and minimize delays or facilitate transfer of packages using trolley, carts, and other, and put caution or kanang kanang kutsyon on floor and walls to prevent compression. And of course, sanitation is very important, cleanliness and protection from the rain. Other vehicle requirements and proper driving habits. If you notice, dinagko ko ng mga van, no, ang mga trucks for loading and for transport of commodities. So the driver must be, dili hubog and might be on the right health and condition to drive. So there are also other non-conventional transport. We have the thermal storage systems, frozen materials as a cooling source. So, halimbawa, naka-frozen na yung commodities mo, Yun yung mga thermal storage systems na naka-ice bucket, no? Ice bank cooling yung crushed ice from ice plants. And dry ice or solid carbon dioxide yan, which is used in air cargo or pallet containers. Or eutectic plates, use of inorganic salts, yung asin na which is dissolved in water to produce mixture that freezes the desired temperature. That's why yung sa mga ice cream, nakapalibot niya ng salt, no? To stabilize the frozen product. And others are cargo trucks with retrofitted insulation, trucks loaded with pre-cold produce or during early morning and night, package icing using yung mga polystyrene boxes, yung mga box, yung polyethylene box na pang ano natin, with heads packed together with crushed ice. Yun, yung ginagamit sa isda, yung the common one. And top icing, ice for cooling palletized containers of produce na nilalagay sa taas, kaya top icing siya. And besides refrigeration or freezing, the other ways we can preserve all our commodities are, unang-una, we have irradiation. You will know that yung ating mga products na especially galing US and Europe, some of those are irradiated. If you can see this green symbol here, the Radura symbol on irradiated food, it's a US product. So they are subjected to radiation to kill all the bacteria and also to preserve the product. So mostly mga kuana sila, if not mga kanang jams, mga palaman, it could be mga junk foods. So, or you can also treat them with chemicals like calcium sulfites, yung MCV, yung 1-methylcyclopropane, cytokinin, gibberellic acid, auxin or abscisic acid, as well as salicylic acid and some other sprout inhibitors. So the atmosphere sometimes can also be modified, like using a vacuum. You can have the modified atmosphere packaging wherein you vacuum all the oxygen inside the product. So manang kanang uban rice and uban na product is kanang digkit kay sa iyahang vacuum pack, ang tawag ana, digkit kay gi vacuum ang iyahang oxygen. So gamay lang oxygen mabilin together with carbon dioxide, and sometimes it's really controlled atmosphere kasi gina-injectan lang siya, gipabilinan lang siya og right amount of oxygen and carbon dioxide. So starting with irradiation, how did the US do the Radura? They exposed the food to short bursts of high energy that break chemical bonds. So in that way, this ionizing energy radiation called radioisotopes in CO60 and in an electron gun or electron beam or X-rays or gamma rays, this will result in molecular changes that changes the metabolic process of commodities, while in bacteria, fungi, or insects, the chemical bonds of their DNA are broken, and therefore they cannot already destroy the product. No? So the beneficial effects are it will inhibit sprouting and prevents rotting of potato, garlic, onion, and yam, and controls especially fruit fly or weevil and anthracnose in citrus, papaya, and mango, and will delay ripening by inactivating enzyme in papaya, mango, pineapple, and banana. And it's also very advantageous because it will maintain its nutritional value. The physicochemical characteristic remains the same and safe method of treating produce than using chemicals, no, like fungicides and bactericides. So, however, of course, irradiation is it's expensive, and you need technical skills for this. So I don't know if in the Philippines we have started already the irradiation, but for sure it's a Radura product, it's a product of US. So another is treatment ng calcium. So the calcium is a membrane stabilizer by forming bonds with polygalacturonic acids in the middle lamella of the plant cell wall. So you dip with calcium chloride 4% and infiltrate it through vacuum, pressure, or force infiltration. So decrease, and it will result to decrease in respiration and ethylene, and inhibits softening, chlorophyll degradation, and as well as greening in potato, and retards internal breakdown with higher resistance to chilling injury and decay caused by Botrytis species and Penicillium species. So this is this has been a practice in tomato, mango, banana, and avocado. So how about the sulfides? These are example are sulfur oxidioxide, potassium bisulfite, sodium metabisulfite powder. This prevents browning or discoloration of fresh fruits and vegetables natin through their actions on enzymatic and non-enzymatic reaction. So you just fumigate them and release sulfite pods and dip, or you can dip it, and this can control disease and prevent browning in grapes, lychee, longan, rambutan, or young coconut. So, itong 1-NCP or methyl cyclopropene, ito yung study ni Sir JP. So, when he had his MS degree in USEP, so this will inhibit ethylene action by binding ethylene receptors. So you can treat this at the following concentration at 2.5 to 1 microliter for 12 to 24 hours at 20 to 25 degrees Celsius in a closed chamber. So the effect is delayed ripening in avocado. But Sir JP uses the banana and then papaya, tomato, and increased shelf life in mango, strawberry, broccoli, controlled internal browning also in pineapple, and delayed senescence, and increased shelf life ng ornamentals. So, although medyo mahal itong MCP. Aside from those chemicals, we also have natural chemicals, but there are commercially available synthetic ay yung mga different hormones like cytokinins. Cytokinins retard chlorophyll degradation and maintain high protein level. Therefore, yung mga green leafy vegetables natin will delay its yellowing when you apply them with cytokinin, like benzyl adenine at 5 to 10 ppm on beans, celery, lettuce, and green onion. So gibberellins also will lower respiratory rate, delay color change, retard ripening in tomato, guava, at banana, and orange. So it will increase its shelf life. So another one, another hormone is auxin. This will also retard skin development of mango if you apply IAA or acetic acid and alpha-naphthalene acetic acid, but not fruit softening and ripening. So yung if it's green color, so i-prolong lang niya ang greening. Pero eventually it will soften and ripen. And abscisic acid and salicylic acid will prolong shelf life and delay pericarp browning ng rambutan. And there are a lot also of uses in some other commodities. So for potato, for instance, we have different sprout inhibitors. No, we have the TCNB or the tetrachloronitrobenzene. It will decrease protein and RNA and are safe and weak. Another inhibitor is yung isopropane N3-chlorophenyl carbonate. No? This will prevent cell division used after curing for ware potato. and the IPC or isopropyl and phenylcarbamate. This will inhibit periderm formation, used for curing and more effective than CIPC. And lastly, the methyl ester of naphthalene acetic acid or MENA inhibits periderm formation and used for after curing, which is more effective also than TCNB. So those are the different potato sprout inhibitors. If you are into potato production. So what is this atmosphere modification? Have you heard this before, Jason? Mga vacuum pa kadong na mo ana, Albert, Robert, John. So this is very important in post-harvest handling. So it means that packaging or storage of produce in atmosphere different from normal air in nitrogen, oxygen, and carbon dioxide and other gases. So you will use permeable plastic films like polyethylene, polypropylene, or sealed room or container vans and trailers during transit. So it will result to a longer shelf life, reduced fruit sensitivity to ethylene, and delayed softening and ripening, and also alleviate physiological disorders and control pests. So there's a lot of advantages of atmosphere modification. That is why it has been one of the recent technology nowadays that is really used by a lot of processors and sellers, no? So what is this modified atmosphere packaging? So to deplete oxygen, so kukunin mo, i-vacuum mo yung oxygen to a level that is equal with the diffusion of oxygen through the package material, and carbon dioxide accumulates in the package until it also reaches to a level balanced by the diffusion of carbon dioxide out of the package. So that's the principle behind that. So the characteristic is permeability and transmission rate over film thickness, and permeable selective siya over carbon dioxide and oxygen. So passive siya, semi-permeable films, or waxing could also be done, and active vacuum or gas mix with 5% oxygen and 15% carbon dioxide. So this is very successful in banana, potato, tomato, asparagus, and strawberry. So another, this active modified atmosphere packaging is introduction of partial vacuum or hypobaric ang tawag, wherein you provide pores in the film and you incorporate absorbing substances for oxygen, carbon dioxide, and ethylene. So it's also called smart packaging, which is atmosphere sensitive. So yung atmosphere is modified during transit by lowering oxygen and flushing nitrogen from pressurized cylinders over carbon dioxide is to CO, carbon dioxide addition using gas blending manifolds, and carbon dioxide removal by placing bags of fresh hydrated lime. Use of breather bags for barometric pressure fluctuations. So you can use actually hydrated lime to remove carbon dioxide. So there are also consideration if you're going to use the modified atmosphere packaging. Una, respiration rate always vary among commodities, so iba-iba yung kanyang percentage. And plastic film characteristic such as polyethylene is more permeable than polypyrene. And high temperature increased respiration and gas permeabilities of plastic films. So you should also maintain the correct temperature. High relative humidity favors disease, so to control the RH, you can use sorbitol, xylitol, sodium chloride, potassium chloride, and calcium chloride. Or you use mathematical models to predict map condition. So aside from map, control controlled packaging. We also have controlled atmosphere, and this will be in a specific room na, hindi na yung packaging material. So in this instance, the oxygen and carbon dioxide are precisely controlled in a sealed chamber. Storage life is therefore 2 times than refrigerated storage. So imagine an expensive, but however expensive and need technical knowledge, stringent free quality requirements, and does not tolerate delays. So you need a gas chromatography with TCD gas analyzer as well. So it's the gas chromatography is very expensive as well. And however, it's used for longer storage, especially in developed countries who can afford. So there are certain methods of controlled atmosphere. Unang-una, oxygen control, wherein the nitrogen generators called pressure swing absorption, pressurized cylinders, and nitrogen from tanks, dynamic control system, and ethanol content are all part of the oxygen control. And carbon dioxide control as well, with the addition using pressurized gas cylinders or dry ice, or remove the carbon dioxide using lime, activated charcoal, brine solution, or water or molecular sieve. And you could also control ethylene through adsorbents like Purafil and Ethisorb, and the use of noble gas mixture like argon and helium. So there's a lot of methods to do in a controlled atmosphere. And the requirements are the following: sufficient gas tightness, insulation against heat loss, accurate control of desired gas concentration, refrigeration unit at sufficient capacity, good air circulation, small access door for emergency escape, sampling and inspection, and vent valve for controlling air circulation. So totally, the air condition is really controlled in a particular room. So iba-iba commodities, iba-iba din yung oxygen level, carbon dioxide level, even the temperature requirement and its duration, no? For instance, ang banana, no? So it ranges from 2 to 5% because there's also a lot of varieties of banana, as well as carbon dioxide, and for 12 to 16 degrees Celsius. So it can be stored or transported for as long as 4 to 8 weeks. No? So yung onion medyo matagal kasi months, no? 44 weeks. Yung cabbage din from 8 to 24 weeks, so medyo matagal. However, there are also alternatives, no, to refrigerated transport and storage. So if the need is only for short-term storage, like weeks, and if affordability and simplicity, cost-effectiveness, transportation problems, labor and related problems, and electrical problems can be solved, and drawbacks, however, is the greater risk ng disease, faster sprouting or rooting ng tuber crops. So what are these? We have evaporated cooling, ventilated cooling, and storage below ground level, and others. So what is this evaporated cooling? So direct wetting and holding in moist media. So diligan mo lang ng evaporated cooling, no? Making use of water, and zero energy chambers, wetted wall drip cooler, cooling towers and pad coolers, coolers made of earthen material, or yung normal lang natin ng mga coolers, mud brick cooler, or the use of fresh leaves can be also a cooler. So evaporated cooling ang tawag ng lahat ng yan. We also have ventilated cooling, kung ihang mo ang commodity. So usually yung mga traditional ways natin, kaniba ginahang nato ng ang banana saging ginahang lang nato, ventilated vans, tunnel clay brick cooler, and night air cooling. So ibitay nato kada gabi as ventilated cooling. So another one, atmosphere modification and other supplements to refrigeration, yung modified atmosphere packaging at high elevation areas or during cooler months. So usually, if you store them in higher elevation, usually ang kanyang temperature is lower. So therefore, yung mga commodities pwedeng store natin to extend its shelf life. Or you store them in water, no? Sa tubig, and clump storage, or you can mound or pile storage, pit or trench storage, dry ash storage. So, pwede rin gamitin yung mga ash, no? And delayed or late harvest. So, if you delay or late ang harvesting, it can also be another supplements, no? Para mas matagal mang shelf life ng product. And evaporative or ventilated coolers. So those are the different methodologies or procedures on transporting the products, and as well as its modified atmosphere packaging. So do you have any question regarding transport and modified atmosphere packaging? John, Reno, and Robert,
Yes, ma'am.
do you have any question regarding the topic?
So far, ma'am, none, ma'am.
I will use some of vacuum pack. Meron din tayong vacuum pack sealer or machine, no? Or vacuum packing food. So there's a lot in YouTube on how to do this. So let's try this one using a vacuum sealer.
Hi, this is Jane at Coburn's. Welcome to my kitchen. You know what? We are right in the middle of harvest season. I love vegetables, and I have a new gadget that has entered my kitchen, and I have fallen madly in love with it. And it is the Hamilton Beach vacuum sealer, and it is going to preserve my vegetables throughout the winter along with meat and fruit. But one of the things that I am absolutely crazy about, and I wait for every summer, is fresh corn on the cob, one of my absolute favorites. And so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to use that with my machine. Now, normally you can just cut this off and do it that way. I want to preserve the cob, everything. I want to be able to eat this in the middle of the winter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to blanch my corn. I'm going to put it into a hot kettle of boiling hot water, and I'm going to cook it for about 4 minutes. Then I'm going to take it out immediately. I'm going to put it in a big bowl of ice water, put it in there for a few minutes just so that it stops the heating process immediately. Now what's cool about this particular machine is it comes with bags that are already sealed on one side, and they're standard sizes, or you have them where you can cut and seal whatever size you'd like, and those are included in this box. So I'm going to add the corn. Okay, so now we're going to put this in here. See this well? That is where you want to place your package. Make sure that's in that well, because that's where it's going to suck the air out. So I'll put that on there. Then we're going to push down and we're going to hold it. And then I'm going to press a vacuum seal. It automatically stops when it's done. It actually pops right open for you. And my corn is perfectly sealed. And now I'm so excited because I'm going to get to have fresh corn on the cob in the middle of January when it's 80 below. The most important step is making sure you write on the date of when you did this so that you know your shelf life on this item. A lot of times I will buy sausage at the store and I don't always eat all of it. So instead of wrapping it up and putting it in the refrigerator, I'm going to seal mine so that it stays longer and I can have it for another meal in the future. And there you go. It's perfectly sealed. And again, we're going to date it. Over the weekend, I had made a pot of vegetable soup. And I actually had put it in this container and I had froze it. Well, now I've got this machine. I want to be able to get rid of this container, put it in here because it's going to last longer. So what I did is I just softened it up a little bit with water on the bottom. And I'm going to get it in here and I'm going to pop it out of there, because I, again, want to preserve this soup. There you go, it pops up again. And it's perfectly sealed, and now it's going to last a lot longer for me than it will in one of these containers. And again, I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to date it. Okay, I just got to tell you that I have fallen in love, and this is my one true love. I can't wait to use this. This is going to save me so much money, and it's going to preserve my food. I absolutely love this thing. This is like a new toy for me. So check it out in our stores. Get on my blog and check out some of the tips that I put on there, and honestly enjoy it, because I can't wait to go through the rest of my freezer. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
So again, why this vacuum sealing or sealer will preserve longer than ordinary?
Para sa ako, ma'am, kay kanang mura man ko siya makuha ko ng hangin, ma'am, din murag
Yes, ma'am.
ano ka siya ba
Di makuha jud tanan hangin niya, ma'am, sulod.
Yes,
maipit jud.
that's what we've been talking about, no? Na in the lecture.
Para ginasuyo pud sa, ma'am, ato.
Yes, suyo po niya ang oxygen and the rest of
Sulod, ma'am.
the air.
Bago niya i-sealed, ma'am.
Kasi and the principle behind that is that yung oxygen is one of the factor that makes and even ethylene and respiration rate, no, go up, no, or temperature. So
Actually, ma'am, kita po kani sa supermarket, ma'am, baka na ko sa grocery, ma'am, kanang sa mga meat shop, ma'am. Naging ana sila, ma'am.
yes,
Ilang gina seller ano ba vacuum.
so it's also the same, no? Modified atmosphere, and yung kanina is the vacuum sealer yon, na i-vacuum mo na and then isi-seal na pod at the same time. So yung mga plastic gamitin. Yes? So meron din tayong other modified atmosphere packaging na mga machine. No, there's a lot actually na available in the market. No, daghan. Makita man niyo akong screen, no? So muna na ilahang ginagamit. So do you have any questions or concerns? Do you have some more questions regarding our topic? So it can be used in even, meron din tayong, ganing ano, kalimot ko. Aside from this map or modified atmosphere packaging, let's have, meron din tayong kanang cellophane siya.
If you manage team, you have to try Monday.com.
Cellophane siya na prolong siya sa ano, although wala siya vacuum, pero maka-prolong siya sa shelf life.
Monday.com is a platform to track everything your team is working on. We use it for all of our projects.
So,
Packaged foods are part of our busy daily lives. Using modified atmosphere packaging or gas flushing is a safe and natural way to extend the shelf life of these foods. By adding a gas mix to the packaging, MAP can increase the shelf life from 50 to 500%. It uses three main gases: carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and oxygen. Products are packaged in a single gas or a combination of these three gases depending on the physical and chemical properties of the food. Modifying the Earth's normal breathable atmosphere within the package makes the product last longer, and that opens up more possibilities when it comes to shipping. As your product stays fresher for longer, you can now safely transport them further without worrying about the quality. Using MAP to pack your products extends the shelf life so you're able to store food safely for longer, so this significantly reduces waste. Freshline MAP Solutions is more than a range of pure food-grade gases. It's a complete service to the food industry. With over 60 years of experience in the food industry, our specialists bring their advice and analysis directly to you. Call or mail us for more info.
so it's not only for like fresh commodities and even yung mga cooked foods na if you are fine with yung nasa 7-Eleven, nagakuan ba mo nang sa 7-Eleven na mga
Yes, ma'am.
nakapackage siya, ang tawag po na is modified atmosphere packaging. And there was one cucumber shelf life. I just forgot, but I have seen this video last time. So colored to siya nga cellophane na ma-extend iyang shelf life. I just forgot the product ay nakapangalan mo to sa product ma. Pero nakalimot siya ko. Green technology man siguro to. Nakalimot siya ko. Anyway, I try to look it kasi mura gi-upload ay gi-download mageta na ako. Plastic. So do you have any question?
And ma'am.
None, ma'am.
Plastic wrap. So even no kaning mga plastic wrap nga inani, nagagamit ba mo ani? This is just available in the
Ma'am.
yes, this you notice in the grocery stores or in the sa mga supermarkets, mga like even cucumber, not only cucumber or a lot of even pomelo no, gina cover nila ng plastic wrap ang tawag kanang
Plastic wrap.
oo, para mas ano siya, mas matagal. So if you don't have any more question regarding our topic, then that would be all for this meeting. So next time we're going to talk about the unit 4, which is pest and disease management. So hopefully, nakasabit na ba mo tanan sa midterm?